Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Todd.
Go crush it, travel, and thrive. We want you to live your best life.
Well, here we are at the Visitor Center at the South Unit of Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
Nice.
Oh, we went in. Now we're actually driving into the park.
Things may not be in sequence here. But that was actually inside the visitor
Here
center.
we are coming into Theodore Roosevelt National Park. See if there's anyone home.
I don't think we encountered a ranger at the
No, nobody was
here the whole time.
No, proceed to visitor center to pay entrance fee or show pass. So we have a park pass.
I mean, we had stopped in the visitor center earlier. This wasn't our first time through the gate. But there's the visitor center if you would like to visit that. And then they had a cabin around back that was one of Theodore Roosevelt's like temporary residence.
It's really well done. It's
So they can see that we have an annual park pass.
so we're here at the end of April.
Things are just starting to green up.
They haven't had a lot of rain, but they actually had some rain the first day we were there.
And there's a lookout coming up over here where it kind of looks out over Medora.
Overlooks Chimney Park.
So we're in the park, but it's kind of a weird little deal. We gotta get over the interstate to actually get into the park where the wildlife is.
Yeah,
You're not going to see any bison or wild horses here yet.
No.
So, there's really nothing to see here for.
Scenery. Well, we just drove by the Medora overlook.
Yeah.
There's an overlook where you can look over the town, Medora.
So you got about 3/4 of a mile to a mile of this. You'll know you're in where you can see, some bison or wild horses when you'll cross the interstate, and then you'll go over livestock.
Yeah, the
grade
livestock grade.
in the road.
Yeah, that's an indication that you're in the park.
It's quite often we get behind people just crawling through here, thinking they're going to see something. You ain't going to see nothing here.
Well, you might see a turkey.
Well,
or
we've
you
seen
might
a
see something.
white-tailed deer. We've seen that.
We have seen some things here, but it's not the wow factor.
And the speed limit actually used to be 45 through here, but
And a lot of people travel on I-94 here because when you're out here, they say, Theodore Roosevelt National Park, next 13 miles. The park runs alongside I-94.
but
And you are traveling through the park, but you're not technically in the park.
I did not notice those 45-mile-an-hour speed limit signs this trip, so maybe they've lowered it.
I didn't see no speed limit signs
Yeah,
there.
I don't know. Make one up, I guess. Well, don't do that.
No, that's not a good idea.
You're safe going 35 through here. Now we're about to cross this bridge, and you drive over a cattle guard in the road, and now you can start to see some stuff.
Okay, so now we're crossing over the interstate. Now we will be in the actual main part of the park.
A lot of national parks are like this. I mean,
What was the other? Was
they're
it
just so
petrified?
big.
The petrified one in
Yeah.
Arizona? Was it a similar
petrified
deal?
forest. Yeah. You think you're in the park?
Yeah.
So we are in the park.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bison right over there already.
It looks like he's in a happy place. Lone Ranger.
What do you say?
Do not stop in the middle of the road.
Okay.
Use a pullout. Where do you use a pullout?
I don't see the pull-up.
You gotta stop. What does he want you to do?
I don't know. Can't stop in the road.
I'm not sure what his deal is.
Yeah, had a ranger right behind us, and I stopped because these bison were about to come across the road. Well, the ranger didn't like that. So I'm not exactly sure what scenario how he wanted that to play out.
We got some scratching post action.
Yeah. Oh, they made good use of these posts. I mean, they were at this for a long time. But I itch just looking at these guys, so I can only imagine what it's like.
Back over there and through here.
There used to be a fence that came clear up to the road here. They took that out and put in this other stuff.
One of our little tips, secrets here. This road.
Halliday Well, Paddock Creek Trailhead.
Yeah, this road here, most people don't even monkey with it because it's gravel. They don't want to get their cars dirty, I suppose. But we've been back here before, and it's like something out of a scene from that movie Dances with Wolves. It's like 200 bison back here, maybe more.
Yeah.
But
And we've
a lot of times you see nothing but prairie dogs.
Yeah, and
But-
sometimes we see horses, and coyotes.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, you'll more than likely not see anybody else back here.
Yeah.
Most people don't come back here.
So if you do hit the jackpot, you're usually by yourself.
You should get chairs out there and just sit. There's a nice bathroom back here.
That's the other thing in Theodore Roosevelt National Park. If you think you even have to use a restroom, stop and use it when you come across one.
And we stopped back here once earlier today already, and found a coyote hunting prairie dogs. So there's always prairie dogs to watch, if nothing else.
Prairie dogs are on their toes now.
They're like the comic relief of the park. I don't expect to see any bison back here today because it's really not greened up back here yet. Turkey.
It's been turkey crazy.
Yeah, a lot of turkey stuff going on.
End of April, Theodore Roosevelt National Park must be turkey season because they are everywhere.
No.
Oh yeah, and the prairie dogs are out doing their thing.
And that was the case. The bison were where things had really greened up.
Yeah, and there's a hiking trail you can get on here, and you actually are basically hiking through the prairie dog town for quite a while.
But if you can imagine this whole hillside here being covered with bison. If you hit it right, you can stumble upon that. You can just sit and watch it.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite spots in the park.
How's your day going, buddy?
Yeah, these guys they're fairly used to cars. As long as you don't get out of your car, I don't think they won't bother anything.
He found the green grass.
Yeah.
I can see him doing
Yeah, here's some horses up on this hillside straight ahead of us. I guess these two are having some kind of disagreement.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah, because he kind of went his own way, and the group up on the hill, they went their own way.
They're beautiful to watch. I could sit all day and watch them.
Yeah.
But they don't really stay in one place very long, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, another one we like to do is right here where the road turns. You can go straight.
Oh yeah.
Most people don't, but we do.
Yeah.
We don't care if our car gets dirty. Who cares?
That's true.
And quite often you will see bison back here.
Well, horses, we've seen horses back
Yeah.
here too.
Well, actually, that horse camp thing is way back here too.
We've seen a
But,
lot of.
yeah, you see wild horses back here. Bison.
It was really a pretty day that
Yeah,
day.
this actually goes all the way to the north
Park entrance.
north entrance to the park.
How you enter there.
It
Yeah.
rained yesterday, so the road is a
Yeah,
little.
the road's a little sloppy.
Yesterday there were bison marching right down the road here
Yep.
in the rain. They don't care.
But yeah, a lot of times you get up over these hills, and you can't see there's bison back here from the paved roads, so most people don't come back here.
Yeah, anytime you visit a national park, though, you can't see a lot of things from the road.
No.
It was a beautiful day after the rain we had the day before. This day was really beautiful. We've met all sorts of things coming over that hill.
Yeah, I think we encountered a couple bison pretty quick here. But yeah, we've seen large groups back in here.
But as you can tell, not all of the roads are paved through the park, and sometimes it pays to go off of the paved roads.
Yeah, and now when we say the north entrance to the park, it's the north entrance to this part of the park. There's actually a north unit, which is a whole separate deal. Which was that, about 50 miles away?
To the north, yes.
And that gets you right
Up
up
near
there, pretty
Watford
close
City.
to the Canadian border.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be a reason to go
And
to Canada.
it's a similar landscape. Maybe
Yeah, it's still
rockier.
different. The topography is similar,
No
but
wild
it's still
horses
different.
up there, I don't think.
No, but they have the longhorns
The longhorns and then the
and the bison.
Well, there's plenty of bison poop
Oh
around.
yeah, they've been around
Yeah,
here.
they've been
This is fresh stuff here.
It is pretty green back here. I could see why they'd be back.
And that north unit will be even less crowded than this part of the park, if you can believe that.
Oh yeah.
They have their own agenda. They don't have our agenda.
There's one here.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. He's happy mowing.
I'm not expecting to see anyone back here.
It's probably a true story.
Oh, here, come over and check us out, maybe. No.
Man, they just have one thing on their mind.
They really just do their thing.
Yeah.
And just be smart and stay your distance and just be smart, and they're beautiful to watch.
Well, this is what it'll look like for some reason. I don't know how or why you'd find yourself entering Theodore Roosevelt National Park from the north. There's the north entrance. Oh, here's this guy.
Just the other thing, when you drive down one road one way and you come back the other way, you'll see different things each time.
Well, yeah, and the other nice thing about being on the gravel road, you're a lot less likely to have a park ranger behind you if you decide you want to stop and look at some wildlife.
Or if you've got wildlife crossing in front of you, they're not going to maybe blow the horn or whatever he did.
Yeah.
Well, it makes for a good story, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was our first encounter with a park ranger in any national park, isn't it?
Yeah, they're pretty scarce in that park, at least this last trip.
Well, but he found us when we were waiting for the bison to cross the road.
There's a crew here. Quite often you will just see them on the road.
Oh, look at the babies.
Sometimes they like to get out on the road, see if they can make traffic stop, I think. Oh, I think maybe this character's going to try it here. No, he's going to let us go by. Oh, no. Oh, hold on.
Because he wants to race. Oh. We shall not pass. Oh.
I wonder how old that one is.
It's a power move he did on us here.
Mm-hmm.
You showed
I don't
us.
know my bison well enough, but I have no idea. How old do you think that one is?
Makes him feel important. Yes.
Yep.
Good for him.
Moving on to greener pastures.
I guess he's from last year. Now this is the drive down to where the campground and the picnic area are. This first left turn here is the picnic area. It's a really nice picnic area. Mm-hmm. Nice bathrooms down there. Lots
Well,
of
it is the
tables.
picnic area. In
It
the
is
south.
the only picnic area.
Yeah, so if you're going to picnic, this is where you do it.
They're on the move.
And they got like little
Or in the water.
spots you can park your car right by where the picnic tables are. And there's usually, some kind of wildlife around. We've been there when the
Picnic tables have been covered.
Turkey.
yeah,
Following the
we've been there
turkeys.
before where the bisons just come rolling through like they own the place.
Well, we might have missed them doing that this time because they weren't in the picnic table area so much. I mean, there were hundreds of them in the picnic table area. We've seen hundreds of them over here, right on the left side here. This day, most of them were over on the right here, which is towards the water and the campground.
There's a young one right down there.
Yeah, there's some horses over there on the other side.
One just laying down, maybe.
Yeah, I saw him. It was the big one chasing the turkeys.
No, that's the one there, I think.
Oh.
There's the turkeys. There's just a big one sitting there.
Yeah, he was following the turkeys. But he's not super big.
There's a horse.
We got everybody in one place.
I guess it's just that one horse there, huh?
I think there were a couple more. But
I think,
don't
as you
they're
go
in
around the
campground.
curve, I think there's a couple more horses.
Oh no, I had to go check out something here.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't recommend doing this with a bison, but we have had the horses walk right up to us when we've been out, like on a trail or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's that turkey, a couple of turkeys running.
Yeah, the turkeys and the horse were kind of
There was a lot of turkey
a lot
activity.
of turkey activity.
Oh, Tom chasing that turkey.
This is the first time we've been in the park the end of April.
Yeah, I mean, we usually see turkeys,
Every
but
time
not,
you see bison
not
and
like
turkey
we,
and horses,
Horses
they're-
around the corner. Right?
not like we saw them this time.
you just don't see them like that.
I thought there was.
They're over by the bathrooms.
Yeah. There's one right up here.
These two look like they got along better than that last group we'd seen.
Yeah.
The vault toilets were all open, but the flush toilets were not working the end of April.
Yeah, these were flush toilets here. They were still closed.
Yeah. And this is still in that picnic loop area.
Yep.
This one's the campground.
Okay, now this is...
This is actually
left
going
picnic
into the
loop.
campground.
Yeah, into the campground here. And we've... I think we've only camped here once, huh? Is that right?
We've camped
Oh, no,
a couple
twice.
times.
That's right. We have a couple.
Camped there a couple times.
Just rolling through.
The one loop was open, and the other loop
Right
was
here.
not open in the campground.
Yes.
And again, there's no running water, but there are vault toilets.
Yeah. Yeah, so this loop here actually is open. There's quite a few. There was actually, what, 3 or 4 campers back
Yeah.
there?
I'd have to look it up to see
Campground
when the
posted.
campground actually opens
Yeah.
fully for the season with the running water. I would assume middle of May or end of May.
Yeah, this is just coming back out.
But yeah, if you're
it's quite a
camping,
lot.
that's what you have going through your campsite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how would you like being greeted by that when you arrive? Oh, right over there's where we camped. Right where they're mowing.
Doing your thing.
There's 3 of them.
So taking a little nap. Chilling out.
As you can tell, we didn't have a lot of oncoming traffic.
No.
I like this tree up here.
Oh, this your tree?
I can't remember what this little trail was called.
I've always liked that. I think that's
Was this the Coal Vein Trail?
It might be.
I think it is.
these trees are. I mean, look at the trunks on them.
I wonder how old those are.
Oh, yeah.
Just cool trees. They remind me of something that you see along the California coastline.
Yeah.
But they're trees in North Dakota.
Oh, this is that lookout where you look out over the interstate and you see where they're building the presidential
Here we're
library.
at Skyline Vista at Theodore Roosevelt National Park, and right over here you can see the Presidential Library. We're here at the end of April of 2025, and it is scheduled to open in July of 2026. So it's going to look a lot different as time progresses here, but you can see the shape of the building, and it looks pretty
I
cool.
didn't have any way to zoom in on it, but we actually,
But if you hike out here to Skyline Vista, park in the parking lot in Theodore Roosevelt National Park, you can have this view just like we
I
have
think
it
a
right
day or
here.
2 later, we actually took a hard hat
Yeah.
tour of the site. I'll put a link towards the end of the video for that video if you want to see that. It's very interesting. I'm really looking forward to that opening. July of 2026.
July of 2026.
Over here on this sign here at Skyline Vista, they talk about the buttes. So it says here they may look like mountains, but landforms in the Badlands are buttes. So if you want to call it little mountains or buttes, I call them little mountains, but they're technically buttes. And Theodore Roosevelt National Park has actually done a nice job of updating their signage the past few years. You know, some of the national parks you go to, you have to really struggle to see what's on the signs, but they've done a really good job here of updating them, and really they look nice.
Well, we were thinking of walking down this
This-
trail. We've walked down here before, up over the hill, and found a bunch of horses.
The Lower Jones Creek
That's the one.
Trailhead.
Yeah. But then I happened to notice we've got a
Problem.
gatekeeper here.
Yeah, that put the halt on that hike.
Yeah, we didn't
So-
do that one.
Probably best we don't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like messing.
I don't feel like walking by him. We'll just leave him be. A little closer.
Okay, we have 3 tips for you for visiting Theodore Roosevelt National Park in April. Number 1, come towards the end of the month. We're here the end of the month, and the flowers are starting to bloom. And if you found, I love flowers, so that's been a nice surprise. What tip would you give people?
Oh, I was supposed to have a tip?
Yeah, you're supposed to have a tip.
You give your next one, and I'll think.
See how hard I'm thinking.
So what's my next tip? Oh, here's the other tip. Make your reservations at the American in town. It's a hotel with the swimming pool, all those things. Bring your family. But that hotel is open all year long because a lot of times people will say, I don't want to go to Medora because it's closed in the winter and spring. It's not closed, people. Come to Medora. We're here in April. First time we've been here in April, and we love it. What's your tip?
I haven't come up with
You still don't have a tip?
No.
Okay, what's your tip on viewing the bison? Do you have a tip on viewing bison?
Just don't approach them, obviously. Stay in your car, and
Yeah.
you can see plenty of them from the road.
Yeah.
You can take these little hikes. We haven't really seen anything on these little hikes, so this time, but later off in the year you do.
Well, sometimes you see them. You just don't know where they're going to show
Yeah.
up. You walk around a rock, and it's like, oh, there's the trouble.
Yeah. The bison you're not going to have a problem seeing those.
Yeah, the wild horses, you
You'll
see
have-
them, and then you don't.
Yeah.
They're
The wild
elusive
horses have been
sometimes.
a little scarce.
They've
this
been a little
trip.
elusive. But
yeah, other than that,
we've
just-
probably seen a dozen or 15 of them. There've been plenty to see, so
Yeah, just
it isn't like we haven't seen any.
drive the road, take your time, keep your head on a swivel, and
Yeah, have a great time. You cannot go wrong.
use the pullouts. Don't stop in the road if there's a ranger behind you, because they don't like that.
Yeah, we actually had
Even
the
though
little guy blow
even
his.
though there was a bison coming up out of the ditch towards the road.
He used his little blowhorn thing to tell us to get moving with the bison coming out of the ditch.
So then I started moving, and the bison's right in front of me. So then I had to slam on the brakes to avoid that.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure the ranger knew there was bison right
yeah, so just kind of watch where you're going and do what you're supposed to do, and you'll have a good time. And here's the other thing: we're in the year 2025, and the trash cans they're not full, they're clean, the bathrooms are clean, the park here, the people that are working here are doing a really good job at keeping the park
there.
clean. and,
Very few people in the park.
and doing what they need to do. So yeah, anytime come to this park, you'll have a great time.
Well, anyway, I was going to say that that people we met with, they're from Tennessee, right?
Arkansas.
Arkansas, and they had left Arkansas, and they had put Roosevelt Park or Theodore Roosevelt Park in their GPS, and it took them where?
To
Devil's Lake, right?
Devil's Lake, North Dakota.
So,
Make sure you have Theodore
diligent,
Roosevelt
people.
National Park in Theodore Roosevelt National Park, North Dakota,
And-
or Medora, North Dakota, or
Yes.
Watford City. Be specific, and you'll end up in the right
And
place.
so many people rely solely on their GPS. It's a good idea to have an
Actual
have
handheld
an
map
atlas.
does work, and
Have it handy so you double
because you can
check.
kind of see the whole picture of where you're at.
Yeah, but no, I think that's a good time of year to go to that park.
It was a great
enjoyed it.
time. It was a great time to go. Anytime's a good time to go, in my opinion, but the end of April was a wonderful time to go.
Yep, and also make sure you check out that Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library open.
Yes, it's a hard hat tour, and you can view it here on YouTube and view that and put Medora on your calendar to visit anytime.
Yeah, there's a lot to do there.
A lot to see and do.